I actually did not plan to work in human resources. That was not on my radar at all, especially in college. I received 2 separate degrees. So I have a Bachelor of Arts in Theater and I have a Bachelor of Science in Communication. And when I was ready to start applying for jobs, I knew an employee here and she recommended that I read the job description for my job now. And I was going through it, I realized that there was a lot of things that were required in this position that I had had previous experience with in other positions that I had had. And it just sounded like something I would really enjoy. And now, after a little over a year in the position, I am so glad that I have chosen to work in human resources. And I really feel like I make an impact on the employees here every single day. I am responsible for developing and coordinating different programs that have different goals in mind. For example, it's one of my main goals is to keep our employees healthy. So to do that, I help run a wellness program that they can participate in, as well as bringing different medical facilities and companies on site so that employees have more comprehensive care available to them. Another one is I want them to feel appreciated and inspired and engaged. So I create different programs like our employee appreciation, service awards, as well as different engagement activities and events throughout the year to make sure that they are engaged in the company as a whole. Here at PWC, inclusivity and diversity is very important to us, and we in the HR department recognize that there are so many different types of people who work here. And I think the biggest and most obvious one is the 2 different kind of types of jobs we tend to have at PWC. We have our typically called the blue collar workers, and then we have our white collar workers. You know, we have our employees who go and they are climbing the poles to make sure that we have electricity, and the people who are, there's jobs here who they dig holes, that is their job. And then we have people who are sitting behind computer screens and working on finances and budget. And, you know, of course we have our executive team and our communications team. So we have so many different types of jobs here. I believe there's over 260 types of jobs at PWC. And so we want to create programs that have incentives for both types of groups. You know, it's somebody who works outside all day is going to be incentivized by different things than someone who sits behind a computer all day. So it's important to us that we coordinate with all of those different people in order to give the best types of programs and the best rewards as well. So advice that I would give to somebody who is looking to pursue a career in human resources is, there's a few things. First of all, HR is not for everybody. It is a difficult field to work in. And so I would definitely suggest working an internship to kind of dip your toes in the water of what it's like to work in it, to just see if it's really for you. Most HR positions require you to have a 4-year degree, so that's really important. It doesn't particularly have to be in human resources, but there's a lot of related fields that you can get degrees in that will be beneficial for you in your career in HR. The other thing that I think is just like, if you are not a people person, you should not work in HR. It isn't, because we are human resources, right? So we want to be able to create the best environment for the people who work in the company that we are helping, right? So it's important that you are a people person and you're passionate about helping people. So one of my responsibilities at PWC is running our internship program, and we actually have 3 different types of internships. So we have our Skills Bridge, which is a way that our members of our military service can work at our company and be able to kind of transition from military life to civilian life. Then we have our Icon students, which is through a partnership we have with Cumberland County Schools, and that allows us to offer employment opportunities to high school students who are trying to find their way and figure out, you know, where they want to work and give them some real life experience. And then we have our college internship program, and this would probably, I would consider, be the most robust program that we have. And that is because it is a 10-week paid program. One of our priorities is having meaningful work for our students to do. And so we want our departments to think carefully of whether or not they have big projects for the students to work on during their time here. We want to be able to send them back to college, you know, with a really well-rounded experience under their belt.